What's going on, Gemini? Robin here with Aries Fire Tarot. Welcome to my channel. Guys, I'm just getting ready to do your January 2020 Wealth and Abundance Tarot card reading. And I have a brand new deck. It's called Tarot of Dreams. So I'm really excited to use this for you guys. So I've been letting everybody know, like, as I'm recording your Wealth and Abundance readings for January 2021, keep in mind the abundance part is not always about your money, okay? There's things like money can't buy you love, so abundance can sometimes mean love, and money can't buy you happiness or your health, you know, in certain situations. So this could really reveal how to get to that next level in your abundance, but not have anything to do with money, and the other way around. So I just wanted to let you know that, Gemini. As we go into this reading, keep in mind that abundance is everything. So this is going to be for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and of course any Gemini cross watchers, and a general reading. So keep that in mind as we go through here. And I just saw angel number 111, so that's quite fortuitous as we, you know, and I'm getting the word catapult, which is very strange. I get some really bizarre messages from my spirit guides, but I have to blurt them out because it might make sense to one of you out there. So that's the hope anyway. So I'm going to start with this card here because it fell off the bottom of the deck. All right. So this is the Sun. And this is your massive abundance right here on a platter. I just had to write that down. So, you know, everything is coming out of this Sun. There's this sort of half man here. It might be a centaur or whatever, but he's taking that power of the Sun and he's turning it into, and there I'm getting that word catapult. So it's like shouldering that abundance from the Sun. And what is that sport? Is it called shot put or something like that? Where you take that and you spin around a couple times and then you throw it out into the universe. Some of you might want to look up the potency of energy balls and how to use them, you know. This is a very fascinating card here. I feel like you could really get just sunk into it and stare at it all day long. And while I'm talking about that, you guys might want to consider doing something like sun gazing. It's where you download codes from the universe through the Sun. You have to do it the right way. You know, you don't go out at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and stare at the sun. It's like dusk and dawn when the sun is either rising or setting. And there's people that swear by it. It's not anything that I do for myself because I don't get to catch either one of them, especially in winter, because it's like I'm not sitting outside in minus 30 to catch a sunrise. I'm sorry. So anyway, that's something that you might want to try. It's a DNA activation, and it could hold the code to your abundance. So let's have another card here for you guys. So it's like you guys have the Sun and the Moon, and it's basically everything in between. This is a fantastic moon card. You know, look at this. There's something wild and something tame in this card. I don't see this as being a wolf. I see it more as being a German Shepherd. So there's a wolf here, and it's like you're going to be able to really tap into that wild side. And for many of you, it's something that you could have forgotten about for a while. Maybe you've been domesticated, like this German Shepherd. And that's why you need to do this sun gazing. Because it's going to bring back that fierceness. You know, maybe you just sort of lost that along the way. You got a little bit numb to, you know, the human race. It's called a race for a reason, right? Because people are always competing. And there's something flying out of the moon here too. Like, check this card out. There's like a wild abandonment to these cards, that you have forgotten who you truly are. And it's time to look a little bit more deeply and reconnect to that energy that you probably had, in your 20s, maybe in your 30s, or as a child. Like, I'm not sure what age you guys are that you're sitting here watching, but at some point, the candle dims a little bit. So it's time to really pop that back up here and remember your wild side and bring that in a little bit and do things outside your normal patterns and rituals, to sort of enhance and enchant abundance and wealth into your life. Especially if you're at a plateau or just everything's level, it's like, and maybe you've given up to a certain degree and you're like, okay, well, it's just meant to be like that. That's the 3D matrix, right? Overlaying people with that sense of, everything's okay on a flat line, but you guys are meant to have more than that. Let me pull another card here. So you have the Palace of Wands. So this deck has these Palace cards. And this is meant to remind you of your ultimate destination. And this is like the result of all the action that you've taken, The wands are the fire signs, really high heat, high motivation, high level of activity. It'll come in and give you a little bit of a boost if you're feeling like there's any sort of complacency for you. Just look at where your ultimate goal is. If you want to live in the palace, you're going to have to hustle and grind to get there a little bit. You could also have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius coming in to help you out, Sometimes it really does take a boost of somebody else's energy to come in and sort of revive you. Like I had a FaceTime call with my friend from California yesterday, and I just felt so really pumped up after that. So maybe start contacting people that get your blood boiling, but in a good way, So right now you have the sun, the moon, and everything in between. And then this Palace of Wands, I really think it's representing the people that you aspire to be like a little bit. Like you could have somebody whose wealth that you would like to emulate or have that blessed upon you, or somebody's got a really funny sense of humor, or they're a good dancer, or there's somebody that just makes you feel really alive when they're around, or when you hear from them, you get a text message or something like that, and they could really help you bring back that wild side, and that wild side is what connects you to the universe. You, anyway. All right, so let's have another card here. So this is a really interesting Temperance card. I don't know, it reminds me of Flying Pizza a little bit. She's just taking things right out of the sky, and then she's going to catapult them down to you. She has wings here. There's something really deep and important here. There's the Knight of Cups also. So you guys could be getting a revolution or a rejuvenation to your love life. There could be a water sign here. We do have the Knight of Cups. Water signs are Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Somebody very important is about to enter your life and offer you something. You're being reminded not to go overboard. They could really kick up your wild side to the point where it's not like reignable anymore, like as I'm talking about reining in. But these two cards, they're like, it's like they're on a collision path, they're eventually going to meet. And this could also represent both sides of you, Gemini, really wanting to chase things with a deep passion with the Knight of Cups, And then the other side of you coming in with Temperance and saying, no, you need to cool down a little bit. And then the Sun and the Moon, the hot and the cold. You know, this is like working really well within yourself, Gemini. Just getting you guys need to talk to yourselves a little bit more. And it could be something that you might be afraid of because of things that other people said in the past. But your greatest wisdom is already within you, and it's going to take you where you need to go with your, and I got actually health and abundance, which is kind of funny. So wealth and abundance, not funny, haha, but you know what I mean. So like everything you need is basically already within you, because you're everything, Gemini. You are hot and cold. You know, you're really all aspects. It's like you have this self-contained wholeness, you know? So you might not need to look at somebody externally, but to really just tap into everything that you are, that I believe has been suppressed a little bit, either with age or time or through somebody else's influence, where you're not quite the person that you used to be, but it's all still sort of latent and it wants to come out to help you to the next level. Yeah, so we have the Six of Coins here, and this is a reciprocating energy. So this is like you guys really need to start bouncing things off of yourself, back and forth, and feel that energy starting to rise. This is like that. This card is like that. If you ever see at the store, take a penny, leave a penny, blah, 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 whatever. You might not remember that if you're at a certain age, because now pennies are obsolete, but the thing that you need is already in you, because you're so complex. You know, you're this perfect meld of almost two completely separate personalities, and you probably learned to subdue them down, you know, to be sort of almost like a shadow of who you're meant to be. So you got to start giving those pennies back to yourself so that you can start to really rise. And then you have the Palace here. So this is where you're meant to be. You just guys really need to remember that you are everything. You really are. You're the sun, you're the moon, you're everything in between. There's messages that need to come from a different source other than this reading. This is why I'm seeing the sun gazing for you. You know, this is why I'm seeing you guys really speaking to yourself as if you're two separate people and bouncing ideas off of each other, because there's a certain reciprocation that needs to happen within yourself. And just really amplify. Let it fly. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I'm not getting much else from my guides, so I'm going to wrap it up, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now. Bye.